welcome to Crown Chat with Nichelle Miller. I'm your host, Nichelle Miller. I'm also your Pure International Elite Ms. Heartland USA, and I'm heading to International in about 40 days. Excited for that. What? I am so excited to share my special friends with you here on Crown Chat. My platform is about the power to dream. And the power to dream is empowering girls and women to pursue their goals, no matter their resources, their environment, or their circumstances. So as part of that, I am impacting the world by sharing my royal friends with you so you can see real women just like you that are going through lives and motherhood and families and pageantry and kind of hear about where they came from, where they are and where they're going. So tonight I am super excited to present to you my super special queen friend. Are y'all ready? I'm gonna bring her in the room. Let's see if she's here. Hey, queen.
Hey, girl. How are you?
I'm good, girl. How are you?
I'm good.
Girl, okay, y'all, I gotta tell y'all the truth because this is what queens do. I told y'all this is all behind the scenes. We did this intro probably about 2-3 minutes ago, and I realized I did not click go live. So, but that's just what we do here. It's real. So you get the second intro. So we're gonna be bigger and better this time. I'm having camera issues because Mr. Miller left and didn't adjust my camera for me. So I'm all out of frame, but it's okay. Girl, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Introduce yourself.
Okay, so we're gonna do this again for the second time. Well, hello everybody. My name is BritniJoy, and I am your Miss Georgia Continental Worldwide.
Ooh, that's a mouthful. That's fancy.
Thank you.
I love it. Y'all, okay, so everyone I bring on, I have some type of interaction or relationship with. I met this amazing queen, 2-3 years ago? 2 years ago?
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
She was hosting, and she still hosts. It's on hiatus for the next season that's coming up. This amazing show about royalty and queens. And I reached out and was like, "Oh, please, queen, can I be on your show?" And she let me. And then when I got to meet her in person, I just fangirled because I was like, "Oh, it's you!" I was so excited. Yeah, BritniJoy is amazing. So, queen, I don't even know where to start. I'm so excited because I just know you. So tell us about Miss Georgia Continental Worldwide, how you got there, where you're headed. What's the story with that?
So with how I got to Miss Georgia Continental Worldwide is a fabulous long story. So we'll start with our wonderful our wonderful coach, Crystal KB.
She's the best. She's the best. She's the best.
Amazing. So before actually joining this system, I was thinking about joining another system, but I was kind of going through a transition. And so I spoke to her and I was like, you know what? In reality, I really want a system that I can align with. And that is more than just about being a pretty face. I really want to make sure that I am with the system. Hey, girl. I am really in a system that cares about its queens, that cares about the queens' platforms, and they really want somebody that's going to be out there and pushing and in the community, and not just, I look pretty and that's what it's all about, because anybody can do that. Anyone can do that. Anyone can just go and just compete in order just to get a crown. Like there's so many systems out there. If you just want a crown, you can easily go get a crown, but that's not what I wanted. I don't want just a system that's just going to give crowns, or that's just going to crown, or, it's just, I mean, the crown is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful, but I want more than that. And that's where I was in my pageant journey. And so when I talked to Crystal, she said, I have a system for you. She was like, you're going to love it. So she sent it to me in order for I can see the past queens and see what they've done. And then I was able to talk to our wonderful director, Lorene, and she was so nice from the beginning. And I was like, you know what? I said, Crystal, I was like, let me give it a couple days, because, I got to pray. I got to be like, is this it?
Yes.
And so I prayed about it, and I saw a piece about it. I was like, I think this is it. I think this is where I want to go. And she was like, let's do it. And so I am now here as Miss Georgia Continental Worldwide, and we compete for nationals in August, and I cannot wait.
I'm excited. I'm planning to be there.
Oh,
it's on my list. Now, I'm a little delayed in buying plane tickets, so we'll see how that.
Let's not talk about this 40 days that you
We're going to talk about that. No. Anybody have airline points they wish to gift? I am available for tickets. But I digress. So anyway, You make such a good point about finding a system that works for you.
Yeah.
Because I think so many people, they look at the crown and they're like, oh, I want that crown. And they jump in, have no idea what's going on. So I appreciate the steps where you looked the system, you looked at the past queens, and you spoke with the director. So what's kind of your advice for somebody that's feeling a system out? What kinds of things should they be looking for? Should they be asking? What are your thoughts on that?
So I really think that is something that you have to look within yourself first. You have to figure out what do you want? What is it that you want out of your pageant journey? What are you looking for, and who are you? It's because it is not the crown that's going to make the queen. It's the queen that's going to make the crown. So if you are not settled in who you are, if you have not figured out who you are and what you want out of this journey, you can be willy-nilly flying like a bag all over these systems until you figure that out. And you can have a really horrible pageant journey and pageant experience if you do not figure that part out about yourself. And I will be honest, when I first kind of got into it, I didn't get into it with the intentions of actually really doing pageants, if I'm not gonna lie. I thought my time was over. And so when I first started my pageant journey, I was definitely like that, just kind of I'm just here, until meeting our wonderful coach. If you don't have a coach, let me tell you, you need to get a coach. They bring things out of you. Until Crystal had that same conversation with me. And she was like, it's cute, what you're doing, it's great, you're in the community, but who are you? Where are you in your work? You do a lot of work. You're in the community, you're doing a lot, but where are you in the work? The work is working you instead of you working the work. And I was like, oh, did she just come for me? I was like, oh my gosh, okay.
And she will. She's like digging your soul. She digs. And you're like, oh.
Wow. You're like, is this a coaching session or a therapy session?
Right? It's both.
Okay. And so after talking with her, I want to say within like the first 2 coaching sessions, like before we really went into any type of like pageant work, we went into who is Brittany work, who is BritniJoy work. We went into some self work. And that would be my advice, is to do that work. And so that way because you can also get tired out in pageantry if you're just doing stuff, right? Because you just want a whole bunch of appearances, because you just want a whole bunch of stuff. Like if you can get really burnt out if you're just doing stuff. But when you do stuff that you like and that you have a passion for, and that is a part of your platform, sometimes it is tiring because you're passionate about it, but it's not that same type of just burnt out of doing. So that will be my biggest advice, is find out who you are, find out what you want to push, find out what your passion is, find out who you are, so that way that crown is not making you and you are making the crown.
Oh, I love that. Love that. Okay, before we get into the deep stuff, hold on. We have a question from our fans. How many pairs of shoes do you have? Which pair is your fave? Now, I've traveled with her, Jessie, so I can tell you it's a lot that she brought just for traveling, but I don't know at home. So,
how many pair of shoes do I have? I feel I have no clue. I have no clue. And don't judge me out loud because I have no clue. But I literally have no clue. I don't. Okay. I'm gonna tell her myself, because I'm telling myself. I've been trying to be a lot more transparent. So I've moved, and in moving, I decided to go through my closet. Okay. And when I went through my closet, I got rid of about 10, not rid, but I donated almost like 10 big black trash bags of clothes and shoes. Okay. And not only after that, don't judge me out loud. Okay. After that, I still had enough to where I then had to break down my closet by seasons. So that way I only have enough in my closet for the season. And see, there's 200 pageant. Yes. Probably around there. Not so bad anymore. Good job. Thank you so much.
Rhonda's my girl. She's a diva through and through. So yeah, 200 just pageant shoes.
Wait, just pageant shoes? Pageant shoes? That's the key. We're talking about shoes, period, or just pageant shoes?
All shoes.
Okay, all shoes maybe tip like probably about that much, but pageant shoes, no. And the reason why, okay, girl, I'm still trying to put this link on my Instagram. Please don't judge me, everybody out loud. The reason why, and we can get into some real stuff, just pageant shoes.
Rhonda is a deep. Yeah, when y'all meet, she's through and through. diva, queen all the time. We were at Walmart. She was diva'd out. And I was like, it's Walmart. She's glam always.
I don't have.
Rhonda, you're going to have to send me some pictures.
Yeah, you need to send pictures. I need to see of just pageant shoes. Now, okay, time out.
She said, don't ask about earrings. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm coming over in January when you guys have your pageant. I'm coming to your house to stay.
Yeah, because why? I don't even need to get anything. I'm gonna just.
We'll go to her house. It's fine.
Go to her closet.
We'll just go there. Oh my gosh, that's wow. Yeah, we need pictures. I need pictures so we can shop your closet, Miss Rhonda. Please. She's fabulous. Okay. Oh, here's a good one. Oh my God, y'all are getting deep tonight. Okay. Between all the volunteer work and school, and other things on your calendar, how do you make sure you leave margins in your schedule to rest, reflect, and take personal inventory of yourself? Oh, yeah.
Okay. So what I've done now, I am not great at it. Okay. So let's start there. But what I've started to do is I now make it like an appointment. I make my me time an appointment on my schedule from 6:30 to 8:30 if I have that much time. If I have an hour, I make it an appointment. And just like a doctor's appointment, I'm not about to miss my doctor's appointment. I'm not about to miss my me time appointment, because I have gotten to a place plenty of times where I'm running on empty. And not only if I'm running on empty, that means I'm not giving anybody else around me any type of feeling. I'm giving them flames and fumes, which is not good for them. I have 3 kids. I don't want to feed my children empty. I don't want to pour into them empty. So if I'm not filled and I'm not full, I can't do that. So now that's what I've done. I start making it a appointment.
And that's so important. And I think as women primarily, but then when you add on, you're a woman, you're a mom, you've got this family, you're an employee, you're a queen, you have all these things, and you're right, you do. And that's how a lot of people burn out.
Yeah.
And so just having that time and it's non-negotiable time. Like, no, this is, and everybody knows, like, this is mama time. Sit down. It's perfect.
Yes.
So that's awesome. Awesome, queen. Awesome. So we talked about where you're headed. How did your pageant journey start? How old was BritniJoy? Because you're only 20 now?
Girl, yeah.
20. Oh, wait, no, you're 21 because we were in Vegas. I know you're at least 21.
Right. So, at least 21 because we was in Vegas. 100% at least 21.
At least 21. Okay.
Matter of fact, that was my 21st birthday, remember?
Oh, that's silly me.
Goodness. No. I am in another decade. But I've been doing pageants 3 years now.
Wow.
3 years? 4 years. 4 years.
That's it?
4 years. I want to say 4 years. 4 years. And I didn't start out in pageantry trying to do pageantry for myself, honestly. And I think it's such a hilarious story. So when I first moved to Maryland, I was looking for a pageant system for my daughter. If you guys are following me, I know you've seen my daughter. She's
beautiful.
Little version of me, and she's just so and so I was looking for a pageant system for her because she's great, she's beautiful, but she was really shy and she's really quiet. If you ever talk to her, she's very mild and things like that. So I wanted to make sure we got that personality out that I see often. And so in a system that I was in, I called and I was like, do you guys have children's age division? And that state director told me, no, we don't, but I'm gonna pass your information to our national director. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And so she passes my information to the national director. And I was like, yeah, I was just calling to ask about, children, if you guys have any type of younger division. She was like, no, we don't. We only have princess program. But that's, if the queen is competing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, thank you. And to me, that was it. That was the end of the conversation. You didn't have what I was looking for. That was it. Mm-hmm. I want to say a couple of days later, I received another message from her. She was like, so I've been looking at your page and seeing all the things that you do in your community, and you're so beautiful. Have you ever thought about pageantry? And I was like, thank you so much. I know I may look young, but I'm not. And at that time I was married and I have children. So I can't compete anymore, right? Because in my head, I'm still thinking about America, USA. The only things that I knew about, I was like, I can't compete. Thank you so much for the compliment. She was like, no. She was like, there are Mrs. divisions. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean Mrs.? She was like, yeah. She was like, we have a division for everybody. She was like, we have people competing from teenagers to people in their 70s. I said, how? Where? Huh? Pause. Huh? She was like, yeah. She was like, I really think that you should compete. She was like, so she sent me the link to the website and things like that. She was like, check it out and I'll check on you in a couple days. And I was like, okay. So first I was a little flabbergasted, a little taken back because my eyes have been open to something new. And I was like, okay. But at the same time, that's not what I was looking for. I wasn't looking for that. I wanted for my daughter. So I went, okay. And so I went to her dad and I was like, hey, I was like, what do you think about this? And he was like, honestly, he was like, I think you should do it because if you do it, then she'll take practice seriously. She'll be watching you. You know, she looks up to you and this could be really good for her. You can't tell me to do something for my kids. I'm gonna do it like that. I said, okay, fine. So I was like, I'll do it. But I had no clue. I've never done a pageant or anything like that. So I was really just YouTubing and Googling stuff, you know? So when I went, I won my division. And I was like, okay. And so then I went and when I won the division, I had a lot of women who were great. Meg, if you're watching, I love you. She was one person that was like, love Meg. She was like, she thought I had competed before. She was giving me some tips. I was like, no, I've never competed. And so she was taking back. She was like, you've never competed? I was like, I've never done this. I was like, she was like, you're a natural here. She was like, I can see you getting so big in the pageant world. You need to be going for just great. Like she was just so encouraging. And at first I was like, I don't even know that these things are available to me. And you're thinking that I can do it. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I won that. And then I went back for prevailing and then I won prevailing. And after that, I was like, you know what? I think I might be a little good at this. I'm competitive. I feel like anybody that competes, you have some type of competitiveness in you.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, but I knew I wanted to go for bigger titles, but I did not know how to get there. And then I met Catherine. And Catherine was like, you need to be going for, she was like, you need to be going for bigger. And so I was giving Catherine all these excuses. Oh, thank you. I have not. Yeah, crazy. I was giving Catherine all these excuses, like, well, I'm in school and I have this and I have that and I have this and I have that, like all these reasons why I couldn't do it. And so she was like, honestly, she was like, I just hear reasons why you should be doing it because you exemplify so many women.
Well,
and I was like, well, go ahead and shut me up, Catherine.
That is so sweetly. Catherine's so sweet.
And so she introduced me to Crystal and I'm like, let's go. Crystal was like, she was like, absolutely. She was like, we're going to take you. And I was like, let's go. And I've loved it. And I found myself so much. I've been able to be honest, you know, about my own past. I've been able to be vulnerable in this journey. It's been a beautiful, beautiful journey for me.
I love that. Now we didn't even get it. We totally skipped this. So what is your platform? Because you have a very powerful platform.
My platform is Stop and Fight, which is stopping childhood abuse and fighting against human trafficking.
That's amazing. Now, how did you get into that?
So we're going deep. Okay, so Stop and Fight is really my platform because it is my story. It's a part of my story. And so when I first started in pageantry, my platform was a better today for a better tomorrow. Something very generic and something very easy. And then lovely Crystal. I mean, we're gonna talk about Crystal like so much. Like I can't talk about Crystal enough. When I was coaching with Crystal, she was actually doing a consultation or whatever, and she was kind of asking me what were some of the appearances and the community events and things like that I do. Mm-hmm. She was like, I want you to go and I want you to basically, she's like, write down every appearance and every community event and every single thing that you've ever done. I said, every single one? She said, yeah, every single one. And I was like, oh, okay. She was like, go back on your Facebook. If you posted it, she was like, go back. She was like, find every single one and write it down.
Yeah.
I said, okay. She was like, after you write it down, I want you to categorize them. She was like, figure out what they're about. Is this about kids? Is this about helping with like an old folks home? Like kind of put them in categories.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you do that, she was like, I want you to figure out the 2 biggest categories that you do. And then when you figure that out, ask yourself, why do you do so much in those 2 categories? And I was like, okay. So as I'm writing and I'm categorizing it, immediately, I know why. I know my past. I know what I'm trying to hide and mask. I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember sitting there and I was like, I'm not gonna tell her this. I'm not ready I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready to become public about this. And so we did it. We had our next session. And so she was like, did you do your homework? And I was like, yeah. She was like, so what is it? I said, She was like, tell me your homework. And I was like, okay. So then I told her what it was. And she was like, so why? And so I told her the truth. I was like, well, I've had some trauma in the past. I was like, I'm in therapy and things like that. I said, but honestly, I don't think I'm at a point to where I'm ready to talk about it to people. And she was like, okay. And she respected that. She definitely respected that. She said, but I'm going to challenge you to keep getting the help and keep healing. She said, because your platform and your story is so strong and it is so honest and it's so real and so many women that you can help, that you are doing a disservice to yourself by not going on this healing. And I was like, oh God, okay. And at this point I was in therapy, shout out to my spiritual parents, JJ and Trina. They had already made sure that I was starting to get help for myself, but I was getting help, but I wasn't ready to start helping other people because I felt as though I needed to be in a certain place, a certain healing point in my journey to start helping. I felt like I need to be so much further along. I need to be able to handle my triggers so much better. I felt like there's no way that I can still be so hurt and I can still be in need of so much healing to help other people. And so we talked about it, and it really started with helping one person, just being honest with them and one person. And now I was like, something clicked in me and was like, you know what? I am no longer doing this for Brittany. But I am now doing this. And anytime I hit that stage, anytime I am going after a crown, I am not doing this for Brittany, but I am doing this for the hundreds of thousands of women that are behind me and that have the same stories and that are also afraid to speak. I am doing this so that they can see that there is so much beyond your trauma, that there is so much beyond your past. There is so much beyond just surviving, like that we can do more than just be survivors. We can live great lives. And once I really got a hold of that, I'm not saying that my healing journey is easy or that I don't have a lot more to go, but it just gave me that and that gave me my, I can help while healing. So that's how my platform started. That's my platform.
I love it. And it's so encouraging to everybody watching. And I hope y'all heard the message in that you don't have to be fully healed to help someone else. Yeah. And you don't have to wear that mask to help someone else, because when you peel the mask back and you show the real you, and that's a good reason of why I like to do this show. When you show the real you, that's when you're relatable to people. And that's when change starts. And that's when you're impacting the world, which is what you're doing for the women that are afraid to speak up or ashamed or just can't yet. Yeah. You're taking that voice and that torch and running for them. So I applaud you. I've been a fan since day one. So I'm just, I was like, will you come on my little show? And
not like, little show. Don't start that.
She was like, when? I was like, oh, the BritniJoy's coming on. Okay.
What? I've been waiting for my chance.
So excited. I was like, she's busy. Let's see. Who do we have? Oh, man, we got a lot of people on. Tisha. Hey, Tisha.
Hey,
girl. Diva G.
Hi, Gwen.
Hi, Gwen. Okay. This one's a good one. We kind of touched on it, but you may have more. What's one of the most impactful discoveries about yourself in your journey?
I would say the most impactful discovery about myself is that there was so much power in my story, that I could do so much with my story. The fact that I was able to be a voice for so many, I think that was honestly my platform, and becoming comfortable with my platform and speaking to my platform was one of the most impactful discoveries about myself, because that is something that I was one of the ones that's over there, and we never gonna touch it. We never gonna deal with it. We're gonna pretend like it don't even exist, even though that's not true. That right? That's, you can't do that when things are that impactful on your life. That it showed in so many other different ways, unhealthy ways, and honestly, with the platform and discovering that and becoming more comfortable with my platform, it's helped my healing journey even more.
That's beautiful. I love that. And Queen Candace is on next Monday. Hey, Queen Candace, tuning in. We'll see you next Monday on the hot seat. Okay. Let's see. Laura, once you get to a point where you can help others, that often ends up helping and healing you as well. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it does.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, okay. This is for my sister Queen, my little 8-year-old. She's amazing. She was on my last show. So she says, what's the one thing you wish your 8-year-old self knew then that you know now?
What is one thing that I wish my 8-year-old self knew then that I know now? It's going to get better.
Ooh.
It's going to get better. If I could go back and tell my 8-year-old self, it's going to get better. That, because my platform is stopping childhood abuse, I would go back and let her know it's going to get better. You're going to have such a story. You're going to impact so many lives. It hurts. Oh, your story hurts, but the power in your story is incredible.
Yeah. World changer. You're a world changer. I love that. And that's a tough question for me, because 8 years for me was when life just blew up, because my parents divorced and the world just totaled. I mean, it was just crazy. So that's a really good question on Eureka. She's a little firecracker, and she's so wise. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anybody else's questions before I go back into my questions. Okay, we are good. Okay. Awesome. Oh, that darn Tisha hopped in there. What's the biggest thing you want to accomplish as a queen?
The biggest thing I want to accomplish as a queen?
Yes.
I think the biggest thing that I want to accomplish as a queen is impacting the other lives of women who don't feel as though they're good enough, because of whatever story, because of whatever outcome, because of whatever shape, size, figure, income, past, whatever happens, to let them know that this crown is for you too. This crown doesn't make me. I make the crown. The crown gives me the open door. BritniJoy has to walk through that. And as long as you become you and you step up to who you are and you become the full of your own self, as long as Nichelle becomes the best Nichelle, Tisha becomes the best Tisha, and BritniJoy becomes the best BritniJoy, man, we're unstoppable.
It's awesome. That's awesome. That's what it's all about. Yes. And I love that. I mean, well, I'm older than you, but growing up, I didn't see queens that looked like me or that looked like you. And so now it's such an amazing representation to see all of us.
Yeah.
And we all unite, and you get to see, like, we're in different systems, but we're all on the same path. And it's an amazing growth opportunity. So Tisha says, yes.
Yes.
Yes, Tisha.
Yeah, if anybody doesn't know, that's my sister queen right there. Hey, sister queen.
She my friend. She my mentee from many moons ago. Pageants unite you with people that you never would have imagined meeting, and you're stuck with them for life. So
for life. Nichelle is like never getting rid of me.
Never. You're not getting rid of me. We're going back to Vegas and holding snakes on the strip again. That's my goal.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
That's my goal. Okay. Let's see. Oh, here's another one. When someone says something negative about pageants, what do you say to them?
Have you been a pageant?
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me get back to
She got real.
Let me get back. What I would tell them, no, because we're not crown chat. I honestly, if we're talking about in real life, when someone says something negative about pageantry, that is one of the things I definitely have asked them. Have you been in pageants?
Yeah.
Most of the time, the answer is no, and they have a negative opinion about something that they've never walked in. You've never walked in their shoes. You've never been into this. And then if they have, and they still have a negative opinion about pageantry, I say, why? Tell me about your journey. What happened? And a lot of times it's not the pageant, it's the people.
Yep.
And you're going to have people problems no matter what. So are you going to tell me every single time you have a people problem that is something negative? No. Now you're just trying to formulate, and you want to be negative about something because that's where you want to put the blame. That's not what we're going to do. Not talking to me. Maybe talking to somebody else, they'll pat your back and be negative, but not about me. We're going to be honest. We're going to be
today. Not today.
We're not going to do. And then let's talk about the accountability. Because a lot of times when people have negative things about pageantry, there's a level of accountability that is not being accepted. Did you do what you were supposed to? Did you do the work? No? Oh, okay. All right.
Now, sometimes multiple people have the same experience, but that's a different conversation.
Now, hold on. Because she said about pageant. She didn't say about a pageant system. Okay.
That's fair.
See?
That's fair. Touche. I digress.
A pageant. So when I think about let's talk about pageants, like as a whole, right? Pageants as a whole. That's like when somebody has something negative to say about the church as a whole. If somebody has something negative to say about anything as a whole, that you can't. And when somebody has something to negative to say, let's get real, about Black people as a whole, you can't do that. Yeah. Now, if you have something, if two or three are gathered,
well,
and they have something negative to say, and they have the same experience about a pageant system, then we can get into the system. Then we can get into what is going on with that small, tiny 0.-2% part of pageantry, just that one system. But don't take that system and then everybody else in every other system, because that's not. I don't have that problem.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to do your research.
Yes.
You have to research, and you have to find people too that'll be real with you.
Yes.
Like, some people are like, oh yeah, it's great. No, you need some nitty gritty, ask multiple people and really do your homework to make sure it's a fit for you. And yes. I'm a huge, and you mentioned it earlier, pray over that thing. Pray over that before you sign up and send a deposit. And because and Miss Kim said, she said, every system's not for everyone. That's so true. So true. What are your goals? Know yourself. Okay. Anyway, Miss Kim also said, mic drop. Everybody, girl, you got all the amens. Absolutely. Facts. Okay. So you're competing in
August.
I'm sorry. And it's in Utah.
Yes.
I've never been to Utah.
Me either.
I am very excited about
I'm really excited. I want to take like a day before, like a day after, because I just want to explore. Like, I've never been to Utah. And the salt, is it a Salt Lake? The Salt Lake?
Salt Lake City. Is that where it is?
It's like a salt lake. It's like a lake of salt.
Look, you got my crown crooked. What?
I know. Whoever's on here, please Google the Salt Lake. Not like the that makes no.
Please said she's never been either. What?
Somebody look at the lake. And I don't know. It's a place you can go. It's like, I don't know why it's just a lake of salt. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was a river before. Maybe.
And now it's just salt.
Now it's just salt. I don't think you should lick it, but it's just salt.
And is there water, but it's salty, or it's just salt?
It's just salt.
So is it a lake, or like somebody just dumped a bunch of salt there, like a salt pit?
Like I said, I don't know how it happened. I don't know how we got to this point. I just know that we are. It's so salty. Oh, it is an ocean.
Oh.
So I can get inside? Are we sure? There are salt mines. Oh, they know all the answers.
Okay. I know. That's why you have to have pageant sisters all across the world, because you learn things.
Salt mines. I don't know.
We're going to be out there in crowns running around looking for a salt lake, and people going to laugh at us. Look, I'm going to write that down. Salt Lake.
Salt Lake. That's one thing we're gonna do. I
I'm gonna
don't know if we're gonna do that before or after, but we need to go find the salt.
Okay, writing it down. Because now I'm curious, because my maiden name is Morton, and Morton makes the salt, and I'm like, is that where the salt came from?
Ooh.
See, now I'm all intrigued. I'm intrigued about these things.
We gotta find the salt. We have to find the salt.
It's a pilgrimage. We need outfits.
We
writing it down.
Another outfit we need to get. Hear that, Tish? Another outfit. We'll find the salt.
Write it down, Tisha. Write it down. Rhonda said we can come to Arkansas and dig for diamonds. You find it, you keep it. Oh, snap. Right.
Okay, Arkansas.
That's in January. We're going there in January. Write that down.
Okay. And dig for diamonds.
And dig for diamonds and shop in her closet of shoes.
Yes.
And earrings.
That's why we're getting there a day early. Queens will explain. Absolutely. Yes, we will. 100%. 3 queens that don't know where they're going.
Gwen said if we leave her, we're fighting. Come on, Gwen. You can get in on the journey to the Salt Lake.
Come with us. That's how we don't leave. We go together.
The Salt Lakes.
We want the salt. We want the salt. I want the salt.
Listening, there's probably like, what? What is happening?
I want the salt.
Indiana, if you hit an orange cone, you get to keep it. Everyone gets one. Oh, now if you hit a cone here, you're gonna lose a tire. It is horrible. It is horrible. We won't be eating. We might get high blood pressure. Tisha, you're right.
Go to bed.
Get off.
Go to bed.
Oh, y'all, queens are behind the scene queens. It's totally different. Oh, anyway, moving on.
I mean, she's not lying, but yes.
I cannot with her. Oh, I cannot with her. She's a hot mess. Okay, so she says she's looking out for us. Thank you, Queen.
You are. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh my gosh. Hot mess. So you're competing in August in Utah, and we're going to find the Salt Lakes. So what are you doing up until then? I know you have a ton of appearances. What are some good ones coming up?
Good ones that are coming up even more. So, Jesus. So Saturday. What's today?
Monday,
Saturday, I am hosting a independent music and film festival. So where I am in Augusta, Georgia, in my opinion, okay, from somebody, I have to preference this, from somebody that is from California, that is from the outer part of Los Angeles, the city. Moving to Augusta, Georgia, a little country for a little girl like me.
Yet we're going to find the Salt Lakes, y'all.
And we're going to go find the salt. This city girl is going places. But here, there's actually a lot of talent. And there's a lot of independent artists. And so this Saturday, I'm hosting the Music and Film Festival put on by the Synthman Production. And we're just showcasing a lot of what is right here in Augusta, a lot of films and music. There's going to be live artists. It's going to be a really, really great time. You grew up near Augusta? Where?
Oh, we're sorry, Candace.
Where?
We're sorry.
Is it more country than Augusta?
Because I think she's in South Carolina now. So she left.
South Carolina is really not that far. The North Augusta is in South Carolina.
Oh, maybe she's still there.
Dun
dun dun.
Appearance meetup.
The block there. Boom. Queens United. Wonder Twins. Okay, cool. So, what's one of the best appearances you've done up to this point?
Oh, Johnson, South Carolina. Way more country. I'm so sorry. So sorry. One of the best, I think this is probably going to be my favorite appearance until I do it again. So back in March, I had the privilege and the honor of being on the Fort Gordon Human Trafficking Awareness Panel. And it was great because I was able to help put this event together. It was a 3-day summit. where we had a survivor's walk. And we had a panel discussion. And with panel discussion, I was able to get the chief FBI out from Augusta. He was there on the panel, as well as a Lieutenant Burns. She is the Richmond County Board of Education school officer. And so we were able to have a really good, deep, and honest panel discussion. And I sat down as somebody, like as a survivor, and they asked us questions, and the FBI agent, it was a good, so when I first came to Augusta, I'm not gonna lie, I said, Lord, are you sure about this? I know that you're all knowing and I know you have a plan, but are you sure this is you sure coming here? Then coming here, I was like, why do you have me here? And when I was genuine, why do you have me here? And quickly I found out there is a huge human trafficking problem here in Augusta. And there's a lot of task force that are fighting, but there's not a lot of awareness. And whenever I would talk about just cases and stuff that I've researched on my own to people were flabbergasted. Here in Augusta? Here? I'm like, yes, here. So being able to put this panel together and have Agent Osden speak about some of the cases here, it has now opened such a great door for me to go into so many businesses and to so many churches and so many emails about, hey, can you please come and bring awareness to even like friend groups. They're like, I just have some group of friends. Can you talk to us? Absolutely. So I love that has happened, because now I can be all over Augusta, bringing awareness about what is really happening right in the backyard.
I love that. I love that. See, you're making an impact. That's why you're there.
Yeah. I didn't know that in the beginning.
Hold on. Just wait.
I was like, Lord Jesus.
Miss Kim says, what has been your most memorable pageant experience so far?
Besides that appearance, if we're putting that appearance to the side, what has been the most, can you put the question back up?
Sure.
Most memorable pageant experience so far. Besides that, the most memorable. Now I have to rank them.
They're all memorable, Kim. She's a queen.
I know. All. Honestly, I would say one of the most memorable pageant experiences so far, when we were in Maryland, my daughter won a title, and we got to do appearances together. And I think those were some of my most memorable pageant experiences. We did this one where it was Christmas Around the World that a church put on. And so they had their auditorium and they put out like all these different booths, and it was like how Christmas is celebrated all around. But at the end, they had gifts that all the children gave. And so that's where me and my daughter were. So we were giving gifts together to all of the children. And I like that because it was a moment for me to teach my daughter about giving. And, she wasn't getting, she got to give like later on in there, because she's so cute. I'm like, that is not why we are here. She's right. But just to see her, even she didn't have an attitude. She honestly didn't even ask for a gift. She also found joy in giving these gifts. And those were my most memorable pageant experiences, is being able to do this with my little baby. I love her.
I love that. And teaching them that it's not always about them and giving. And they get so excited. Like Eli loves to go. He's like, do you have a queen thing today? And he always wants to go. So I love that. And for you to do it with her with titles, that's amazing.
It is. And it definitely teaches them about that community service, that it's more than just about the crown. And, in her contract, she didn't really have to do a lot of appearances and community work and things like that. But honestly, one day she came for me and she said, Mommy, I want your crown. And I said,
what?
Whoa. First of all, don't Don't come for me like that. But if you do want this, this is the work that you're going to have to do. So it taught her, is this what you really want? It looks cute, but are you willing to put in the work?
And that's so important. You should teach that to some adults who just want the crown. And I tell people, I'm like, you know what? You can order crowns. You don't have to take an opportunity from someone else. You can order a crown and not work if that's
they're available. They're
all
available
over.
for purchase.
Big ones, little, all over, all over.
You can have your own stash, your name, however you want.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, Miss Rhonda, and I'm sorry I missed this one earlier, Miss Rhonda. She said, what's the craziest place you met someone and sent them in on a referral for a pageant system?
In a bathroom.
Oh, you talk to people in the bathroom?
People talk to me. People talk to me everywhere.
You are very approachable.
People and I don't think I am. Maybe I don't know what I've been doing. Honestly, I don't know. I get people who are like, at first I didn't want to approach you. Then I get a lot of people who just approach me. And I be minding my own business. I am washing my own hands. Okay.
Not your own, her own hands. Not other people's hands, y'all. Her own hands.
My own hands. Okay. I got kids. So sometimes I have to wash their hands, but I was washing my own hands this time.
That's we was doing karaoke. Some lady just came up and joined us, made us a trio. We didn't know this lady. Just came up. And I think it was you, because you're approachable. It was on. It was you.
That was you. But that was
the most exciting one. Gwen said, don't make me throw a shoe at y'all. I'm so over crown chasers. Girl, I love it. Yes, Miss Rhonda. Like Miss Pat would say, you want a crown, I'll buy you a crown. Amen. Yes. Amen. Get on somewhere.
Yes. Do not take that opportunity. Do not take that door. Don't do that to those that for others that are willing to put in the work. Don't do that.
Yeah.
We have platforms, we have passions that we are trying to really make an impact. And you just want to take pretty pictures.
Yeah. You can do that at home.
Please.
You can Photoshop all kinds of things. You can do
They
that.
have filters that could put a crown on your head. Please stop.
And eyelashes. You see the filter that gives you eyelashes?
They look too long for me, but I was like.
Let's see. Oh, wait. Okay. Here's a good one. Have you partnered with any organizations that assist victims? We have friends that run rescue and transition organizations in Indiana and Texas. So important for these survivors to hear stories from the other side. Good question.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. So here where am I again? I'm in Georgia now. I'm sorry, you guys. I move way too often. I'm in Georgia. So one of the Magdalene's Gate, we're actually starting a human trafficking awareness a live series where we will be talking about different topics every month when it comes to human trafficking awareness. And as well as there's another organization that I partner with called Rescuing Hope. I also assist with if there's any type of I signed an NDA, so I can't say that. Never mind.
A special thing.
Yes, I help with a lot of things. So if there is someone, I also do survivor mentorship. So if you know people, if you know organizations that are okay with virtual survivor mentorship, I will also do those. If there are people who are being rescued and they feel as though they need a personal touch, they will call me. Of course, you have to sign an NDA and things like that. You can't really talk about. There's actually a lot of things that I do, but because of the sensitivity of the work and the things that go on, I really can't post a lot of my appearances and things like that. So I can really only post like, hey, if I did an awareness, I can really do that. But a lot of like the background work, I really can't do because of, everything else that goes around it. But yes, I definitely have partnered with any organization. I still partner with organizations. I am a big believer of not like recreating the wheel. So if someone has something and I can just fit in and help to further it, I feel like that's much better than just trying to create something when somebody has already have the framework for it. So yes, if you know anybody, they can follow me. I also do like little intimate or group sessions with people if they want to do that. If you don't know my information, we'll get to that later. Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Awesome. Okay, well, now that you brought it up, so how can they follow you?
Oh, follow me on Facebook or Instagram at BritniJoy Matila.
Like I'm typing.
I know.
I need to get a what you call it moderator to do all these things for me. The things.
Yes.
One day. One day. That's in my next life. I'll get it together.
Not next life. This life.
This life. Soon. Soon.
Yes.
Because I'm moving on up.
First off, we're about to be on a whole stage.
I know.
With Crown Chat, okay?
I know. I just got on the podcast scene. I'm like really excited. If y'all didn't know, we are now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So
yes.
You can listen to Crown Chat in the car. Season 2 is fully uploaded. Season 1 will be uploaded by the end of summer. We'll get that all backloaded. So, anywho, what else was I going to ask you? Make sure I didn't miss anything. People are like, girl, drop the mic talking about crown chasers. Okay. Trying to make sure I didn't miss good stuff. There's so much good stuff in here. We have a good group on tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. Okay. So this is just a fun random question. When you attend pageants, what is one pet peeve you have about the crowd?
About the crowd?
The crowd. the people that are all the city people.
The seated ones.
Those are the kinds.
One of my biggest pet peeves. Oh, I do not like negative Nancy's. I do not like negative Nancy's. Especially if you don't know what it takes to get up there.
Well,
I don't like that. Everybody's not going to be your favorite, and I don't like people who I just don't like this at all in life. I don't like disrespectful people.
Yeah,
it is. It's getting under my skin and just thinking about it. I do not like disrespectful people at all. So I've heard somebody boo before, and I had to sit myself down. I said, Brittany, you don't even know that person. Calm down. Please calm down. Don't do that. I don't like disrespect.
Yeah. That was when we went to Mrs. World, there was some of that.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
That me too. I was like, ugh. I was so irritated.
How? Yeah. Oh my God.
So irritated.
And at Mrs. World.
Yeah, of all places. You should know better. It's the big league. You should know better. Did you see Brooklyn's coaching now?
No, I love Brooklyn.
I know. She's coaching now. I was like, you go, little cute Brooklyn. Okay, anyway. Let's see. People.
Brooklyn.
Because I know she's watching us. Hey, girl.
Armchair judges. Yep. Which we're all going to judge, right? Like there's no way, especially for us that's been in it, there's no way we're going to look and we're going to judge and we're going to see what we see. We're going to be the judges in the seats as well, but there's no need to be disrespectful about it.
Yeah.
There's no need to be disrespectful about it.
No. Mamas that are cutthroat and point out all their little flaws make me want to throw hands.
Especially about their own child.
Not throwing hands, Mama Jessie. No throw hands. But yes. Well, I hate when I judge and the parents are standing behind me and they're doing the little things for the kids to do. And I'm like, please go. Just please go.
If you didn't practice, I need you to go sit down.
Right? The baby don't know. Just sit.
She don't know. If she's here. If she here, she don't know. You got to sit down. Let that go.
Yeah, right? You get up there or you sit down. Yeah. I just need everybody just sit down and be quiet. That's all I need. Just be quiet.
Clap when you're supposed to.
Speaking of clapping when you're supposed to, this is random. We were watching some graduation and they were giving awards. No, it actually wasn't. It was at Eli's. They were giving awards and they were like, please don't clap until the entire class has been announced. And then after every kid, people were clapping. And I was so irritated because people couldn't follow the instructions. Does that bug you when people can't?
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. If you give that instruction to moi, to me, I'm not gonna clap for the other kids.
You only gonna clap for your child?
Let me tell you something. Let them call one of these Matila babies. Okay. That's mama's baby right there.
You're the people. You wait till the end.
My kids all just had honor days.
That's
I didn't clap for nobody else's kid because that was the instructions. However, for my own, Actually, I did follow the rules because I didn't clap. I just yelled. I still followed the rules.
Did you stand up in front of everybody and was taking pictures? Are you that?
I didn't. I stayed in my seat because, girl, you can hear me from anywhere if I'm gonna yell.
Well, that's true. That's true.
But they gonna know that my mama there. My supporter is up there. Yes, I am, baby. Yes, I am.
Oh, you're that mama. You're that mama.
I am. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I am your pet peeve, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm like, the man said, do not clap until I'm so type A. He said, don't do it. Don't.
I'm so sorry.
We're gonna get in trouble. Don't do it.
So sorry. Well, if everyone just did it for their baby, it'll be like 2 seconds.
No, but they can't because then they got to do it, and then they got to like elbow Big Mama because Big Mama wasn't paying attention, and then she's got to do it, and then all the uncles and everybody, ooh, and it just goes, and we can't never get through, and it's sad. Okay, I digress. You're a pet peever. You know what else drives me crazy at pageants? When the person that's outgoing can't sash the new queen correctly. They always want to go on the left. That makes me bonkers.
Because why you didn't practice this?
Why can't you feel on yourself that it comes from the right to the left? But yeah, practice.
Why you didn't practice this? Why you didn't practice this?
It makes me crazy. And then it makes me crazy when they get ready to start taking pictures and nobody has said anything. And I'm in the crowd like, wrong side. I do yell during that part, but
I'm trying to be helpful.
I do because I feel that I'm there to consult.
Yeah.
Unofficially, of course.
Yes.
But that's all. Yes. I'm just trying to help the people. Oh, Shauna said she's that mama too. See, I can't go to awards with y'all because you have to yell at the end when the man says it, when it's okay.
He said don't clap, and I didn't. I did not clap.
Just walking that line. I didn't clap. No, sir.
Okay. I'm not poking you.
You're touching me. What would people be surprised? What's one thing people would be surprised to know about you?
Yeesh, about me?
You.
About myself? At this point, who knows? I feel like the world knows my story at this point. Surprised to know about me. That is a good question. What would people be surprised to know about BritniJoy?
She does not know the Britney Spears song, You Better Work. I don't. I did learn that. And I made her do it at karaoke, but she didn't know the words.
And she made me do it, and I didn't know the song that I was doing. I literally found out the song I was doing as I walked up, and I didn't know the song. And I was like, you better work.
I think I still have that video. Oh my gosh. I think
oh God.
I'm gonna post it.
It's so embarrassing. I had no clue. And you could tell everybody else knew that I didn't know the song. They were like, well, that was a version of it. And I was like,
it was a remix. It was a Queen's remix.
No clue.
Okay, I'm sorry. What's one thing we'd be surprised to know?
One thing that people would be surprised to know. I don't know. Usually it's not in the pageant world and I still do pageants. And that's usually my answer. But I'm in the pageant world, so they don't do pageants. So what's that? What's the other thing I have?
Dun, dun. You are a good roommate. We did travel together and she is a really good roommate.
Thank you.
So there's that.
I do find that. I'm the oldest of 11 kids.
You are not. Girl, I didn't know that.
Is that surprising?
Yes. Ta-da!
I did it.
I didn't know that.
The oldest. My baby sister is 24? 23?
Wow.
23?
Which makes no sense because you're only 21 and a half.
Exactly. So like, how do we give birth backwards?
I'm so confused.
Like, how did they do that?
So I don't know. It's crazy. Okay. So what is one piece of advice you would give to someone that's considering entering a pageant other than doing their research and all that?
If I was to give someone who is considering pageant advice, I would advise them to be ready to do the work. To be ready to do the work. We talk a lot about the sisterhood, which is great. We talk a lot about the opportunities that it gives you, and it's true, and it's great. But it comes with work. It comes with work. And not only the work of having to do opportunities, but the work of what it's like to be in a spotlight. Because when you have this crown and when you make this, you are in the spotlight. And the longer you are in this pageant world and the type of prestigious titles you go for, the bigger that spotlight gets. Be ready to do the work.
Definitely. I think that's a great answer.
Oh, thank you.
Great answer. Because a lot of people work up until crowning and then they're like, whew, and you don't see them again. So you have to be ready to make that commitment.
Yeah.
To work all the way through to the end. So great answer. Great answer. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we've been on an hour and I could talk to you for hours more, as you well know.
Because we do.
But I'm just gonna have to have you back on, I think, is what it's
yes, part 2.
So I already put in how everybody could find you and what's coming up next for you. I can't wait to see you on stage in Utah and the Salt Lakes and the things.
It's gonna be great when we find the salt and the miming of the salt.
We gotta find our outfits.
We do.
I'm picturing like a very safari, like a khaki short with the hat situation, but instead of a hat, it's a crown. I don't know. Yes. With rhinestones all over.
Well, we would not be pageant women if we didn't have the rhinestones. Come on.
I know. We need the stones.
That's immediate.
Need the stone.
Is the salt mining different from the salt floating? Or is that all together?
Well, can we get in the water with the salt floating? We still don't know.
We still got research to do. That's true. We self-research.
Yes. Because if we can float in the salt, because they sell, like you can go buy those places that you can float in salt water.
I can go buy what?
There's places where you can go float in the water, like these little capsules, and they close you in and you just lay there and it's like a floaty thing. It's a capsule pod. So if you get capsule pods, then can you go float like in the lake? Oh, Laura said you did not get in the water. Oh, Laura.
Yeah. So we just have to buy a capsule pod?
We'd have to get a capsule pod.
Oh, okay.
Yes, hydrotherapy. Thank you. It's called hydrotherapy. It's a pod. You float in the pod.
Okay.
Well, I didn't even push live when we first got on. Just leave me.
You're right. You didn't even push live. We was already in our conversation and nobody was paying attention.
At least I caught it. At least I caught it early. Because I could have been like, oh, it's been an hour. We didn't do nothing.
We missed the whole show. That is true. That could have happened.
Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all. This is my amazing friend, Queen BritniJoy Matila. Please follow her. I put her IG and Facebook stuff on there, but it's not over because you still have to answer your onstage question.
Oh, hold on, wait.
But wait, there's more. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to get a music thing machine where I can push the buttons. Okay. Now she said there's salt caves. She said hydrotherapy. They have open ones. Okay. We'll get back to that later. Okay. So your onstage question. If you founded your own pageant, what would your mission be?
If I were to have my own pageant system, my mission would align with my platform because that is what I'm passionate about. And my mission would be to stop and fight, stopping childhood abuse and fighting against human trafficking. And I would make sure that that number of revenue of $180 billion that human trafficking produces every year would all of a sudden disappear and disseminate.
Ooh. I can't even clap. I got a snap for that. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. You're just amazing. I love your energy. I love anytime we get to connect. I haven't seen you since January. It's like we only get together in Januaries now. That's so bizarre.
Was it in January?
Yeah,
It was in January.
when you were here. Yeah.
Dang, that's true. Because it was right before, after, before my birthday.
Before. So I'm gonna get one, Shauna. Shauna said, "Where's the clapping machine?" Shauna, when you come to town in June, you're gonna come over and we're gonna film something. But that's another talk. Okay.
Wow. So Shauna's coming over.
She's coming. See, what had happened was.
Wow.
See.
Wow.
What had happened was she's coming to town like later.
Wow.
But
Wow.
see.
Wow. I thought we were all sisters, guys. Wow.
You are. It's not you, it's me. Y'all, I thank y'all for tuning in to Crown Chat. I have a special episode coming up this Wednesday. With a Miss America contestant. So please tune in for that. And remember, never, ever let anybody dull your sparkle because they can't handle your shine. I will see you guys Wednesday night for another Crown Chat. Thank you, BritniJoy, for hopping on. Thank you, everybody that tuned in.
Thank you.
Thank you.